Today, I'd like to talk about how I plan and pack for an overnight kayaking trip. Here is an overview of all of my equipment on the floor. So let's start at the bow. This is going to be an overnighter in mid-July, so the temperature range during the day is going to be in the 90s, and at night it's going to be in the 70s. And in the summertime, there's always a possibility of rain. So in the bow of my boat, right at the top, I put all my clothes in a tapered bag. And in that bag, I have a raincoat, a Walmart bag to put wet and dirty clothes in. I have a pair of socks, t-shirt, a lightweight hoodie, underclothes, a pair of pants that convert to shorts, and a swimsuit. And I also have a small towel. And prior to going, I will treat my clothing with permethrin for the ticks and bugs. Now in my next dry bag, I have a sleeping pad, a pillow, and a sheet that I will use in combination with my blanket. In my next bag, I'll either have one or two bags. This will include my charging equipment and cables, flashlight, cameras, and batteries. Next is my food bag. Now I like to talk about how and why I selected the foods that I did. Again, this trip is in mid-July, and all my water that I'm carrying I need to use for drinking. So the foods I selected have very little minimum water requirements or none. And some of the food actually has its own water contents, like the fruit and vegetables. The only thing that requires water is my coffee and tea. Next bag is my first aid kit, which includes a bug net. And items that don't need to be in a dry bag are my bug repellent and my citronellus candle. And for my hygiene bag, I have very little. In a Ziploc bag, I have wet wipes, a toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss, mouthwash, earplugs, and nail clippers. Items that I'll be putting in my cockpit are a comb and fan, 2 1-gallon water bags, and 2 water bottles. This water bottle will have my water, and then this water bottle will have my Gatorade. In the stern of my kayak, I will have a tapered bag for my tent, and in there I'll have a small towel where I can wipe out any dew in the morning. Also not needing in a dry bag is a table and hammer. And I'll also have in a tapered bag my chair. For my blanket, I will have 2 waterproof bags just to have extra protection. For my cooking gear, I will have a fry pan, a Jetboil Minimo, a pot adapter for the fry pan, utensils, a knife, and a small little towel to wash. Now the way I pack this is put the adapter in, put my stove, my little towel, knife, and then I'll place this in the stove, and it makes it very compact. For my deck bag, I'll have paddling gloves, a buff, a Lucy light, poop kit, a waterproof case for my car keys, a map of the local area where I'm paddling, a compass, and a Garmin. And if I actually have enough room, I would like to pack my snorkeling gear. So here is an overall view of all the equipment that I'm going to be taking for my overnight kayaking trip. So let's pack it all up and go outside and load it in the kayak. What took you so long? We need to hurry up and load up this kayak before it gets too hot. So let's start at the bow of the boat. Have them close. What I like about these tapered bags, you can squeeze a lot of air out of them. Here's my sleeping bag, pillow, and sheet. My electronics bag. Food bag. Now what I did is the food that contained liquid, I did put them in a separate dry bag within the dry bag. First aid kit. Hygiene bag. Insect repellent. And candles. Now the bow bag is pretty easy to put on the kayak, then I'll add an additional pump for the kayak. The cockpit, go ahead and put my fan in front of my foot peg. My water bottle, put here. And then I'll switch back and forth and I'll put this probably up here during the day, vice versa. And then my water bags, I will put behind my seat, full of course. And I'll put a throw. And a sponge. Put the stern. Put my tent. My chair. My table. Hammer. Fry pan. Let me put the sleeping bag in here. My blanket. Fry pan. And cook kit. So here is my kayak all loaded. As you can see, I was able to get the snorkeling equipment. And I was also able to add in some camp shoes and an IKEA bag to help load and unload the kayak. There's a cockpit. See, there's nothing blocking you getting in and out of the kayak. My deck bag. In the bow. And so that is how I plan and pack for an overnight camping trip. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas, please add them in the comments. And thanks for watching.